We're gonna do a roguelike tier list. It's something I know a decent bit about. Played a good amount of roguelikes before. So I guess we'll like build some ground rules here. Put it in F tier or below her. Yeah, make a cringe tier, Wito. I get it. But yeah. This is the list that, yeah, Gungeon's on the list, I think. Somewhere. Probably. I can't imagine Gungeon not being on the list. There's Noita and Nuclear Throne. Yeah, we got a bunch of stuff. I don't know all of the roguelikes on this list. Is Pokemon Nuzlocke a roguelike? If Pokemon Nuzlocke is on here, then maybe I'll count it. We'll see. But yeah, let's go ahead. So I've made a haven't played tier. There's also not a roguelike tier by default. I'm gonna say roguelites and roguelikes are going to be the same for the purpose of this tier list. Obviously, they're not the same. But yeah, let's go ahead and start off with Spelunky. I like Spelunky. I haven't played a lot of Spelunky. I think it's a very good game. So this isn't just going to be a tier list for me. This is going to be a tier list for like my appreciation of the game, not necessarily my enjoyment on its own. And that means that I don't even have had to have played the roguelike to rate it. I'm going to count games that I've watched extensively, and rate those as well. So, for example, I've seen a lot of Hades. I know everything there is to know. Well, that's not true. I know a lot about Hades. Way more than, you know, someone who's fully blind to the game. So, yeah, that's going to be a thing. So, yeah, Spelunky, I like. It's a fun game. But I don't have as much fun with Spelunky as I do with other games. It's fun. It's okay. It's a good game. Delver is kind of pog. A lot of you might not know Delver. Delver is like a 3D, 2D dungeon delver where you like pick up all sorts of weapons. It's got like a really slow pace to it. But it's a very close to a traditional roguelite, I suppose, or roguelike rather, except it's first person and not turn-based. I like it a lot. I remember I got a ton of playtime out of this game when I was a kid. This was one of the only games my laptop could run. Purely for the nostalgia's sake, I think if I went back and played it, it would probably be B or C tier. But because I have such nostalgia for this game, I'm going to put it up in A tier. I think it's a really fun game. Well, I'm gonna like throw a couple that I haven't played into haven't played. And haven't played means I haven't played or seen. So we're gonna leave those like that. I don't know what this one is. Don't know what that one is. Downwell! Downwell is an interesting game for me. By the way, let me know if the music levels are good. I think they're okay. So yeah, Downwell is a game that I haven't played. And it is... Or sorry, Downwell is a game I've played a ton of. It's a hard game. It's hard as fuck. This is like one of the most bite-sized games I've ever played. This game brings me immense satisfaction in like 6 minutes. It's great. I do not have to play a lot of Downwell to feel satisfied. And I'm okay with that. Like, it's good. It's just like a nice game to jump into. I'm also giving it A tier because it fills a unique niche, and it's a very fun game. I've been putting a lot of these ones high up, so let's go ahead and grab one that I didn't like very much. Moon Hunters. Moon Hunters is like a multiplayer, story-driven, like secret-heavy roguelite, and it's fucking brain dead easy. I don't think I've ever lost a single round of it. The art is immaculate. The movement and all that sort of thing is fun. I think that it's got some redeeming factors, but I'm putting it in D tier. I don't think it's that good. Maybe if I get more secrets unlocked, it would be more fun, but you know, I'm not that good at secrets anyway. Wito, we'll get to Noita. We'll see what I do with it. Let's see here. Hand of Fate, I haven't played. Death Road to Canada, I've watched a decent amount of, but not enough to really make a rating. Don't Starve. Don't Starve is a weird one, because I've enjoyed watching that game more than I've enjoyed playing it. It kind of sucks. Like, the gameplay loop sucks if you don't know what you're doing. If you do know what you're doing, it's pretty fucking cool. I think it's probably, like, a really, really good game. My personal bias would be to put it in C tier. I'm sure that there are many people who would put it in S tier. I am going to have a personal bias. My appreciation for Don't Starve is similar to that of Spelunky, though. Good game, but not necessarily to my taste. How you doing, Base? Welcome on in. Nuclear Throne. Nuclear Throne is pretty much everything that I want out of like a roguelike. It's fast, it's chunky. It's kind of funny, kind of quirky, and it does a lot with a little. I think it's a really good game, and I prefer it over, for example, Enter the Gungeon, personally. And I know that I'm probably very close to alone on that, but I do like it a lot. I think it's going in A tier. And in fact, I'm going to put it at the top of A tier, and I'm going to put down well above Delver as well. Dead Cells. Dead Cells is a game that I've been playing ever since early access. That game has gone through a lot of different identities, and yeah, I haven't done a tier list in ages, Endo, so I'm like, fuck it, we're starting with a tier list today. I'm sorry that Scholar isn't on here, but this was just like a random one that I grabbed because I'm like, I'm not making my own. But yeah, Dead Cells, I've played many iterations of Dead Cells. This is like a very beloved game. It's a game that I struggle to play a lot of because it feels like a lot of the runs feel the same, and that's my fault for using the same stuff all the time. Yeah, I don't know. I think they make it too easy to run the same stuff all the time. This, as a roguelike goes, I don't think it's like very well designed for that. But as for like skill expression, it's really good. I'm gonna put it in C tier. I think like as far as roguelikes go, this design isn't good. As far as like Metroidvanias go, it's really interesting. So that's where I'm putting that. Putting the copy pasta, or sorry, pasta faces saying some funny stuff. Is that it? Okay, I haven't seen Rad. I don't know what this one is. Let's see. Griftlands, I've seen a little bit of. Add Alias Garden and Scholar to the list, or the list doesn't count. I don't have the ability to just adjust it. I'm sorry, Endo. How you doing, Kopi? Welcome on in. Last Spell, I never looked at. Let's get Risk of Rain 1 on there. Risk of Rain 1 is a game that it's one of my earliest roguelikes that I kind of like delved a little deeper into than the average game. And it's hard as fuck. You can barely see anything on screen. It's got some really satisfying characters. The scaling is absurd. The sound design is very satisfying. The level design is a little bit leaves a little bit to be desired. It's a bunch of big flat areas. I'm gonna give it an A tier. I think it's good. I like it a lot. You're gonna find that like B tier is reserved for the roguelikes that I like the concept of but don't play that much. A tier is gonna be a lot of my like nostalgic favorites. I don't know what's going in S tier yet. We'll find out. A tier soundtrack at the very least. Yeah, there you go. Ave just says that Risk of Rain is so incredibly jank. If you play it now, can't wait for Risk of Rain Returns. I'm excited for that. Yeah, yeah. The Risk of Rain composer is cracked. Let's talk about Ziggurat. This is like a 3D magic casting room based. You run around and kill a bunch of dudes, and you get like some cool wands. I didn't get much play out of it personally. I like the concept, but I just did not get what I wanted out of it. I think this game is fine, but it's completely overshadowed at this point for me, especially by stuff like Mother Gunship. So I'm putting it in D tier. I'll put it above Moonhunters though. This is going to be like ordered, by the way. So if it's all the way to the left, that means it's the best in a category, and to the right. Haven't played Rogue's Tale. Haven't played Rogue. Someone's going to be mad about that. Ex Anima is not a roguelike as far as I'm concerned. Let's talk about Moonlighter. Moonlighter is, it's another Binding of Isaac clone, except you're a shopkeep half the time. And you have to, like, set prices on shit that you find in the dungeon. This game looks insanely good, and it's got a nice gameplay cycle. I think it's important to, like, break up the player from doing the same thing over and over again, and this does exactly that. I hesitate to put it above Dead Cells, so I'm gonna put it in C tier. Yeah, Moonlighter is a really pretty game. It's quite nice. Pretty sure everything so far would go in the not a roguelike tier. Once again, just for the... What do we call it? For the sake of the tier list, we are saying roguelikes and roguelites. So just we're using it as a blanket statement. This is roguelike / roguelite. So it's all encompassing. Moonlighter is one of those games that everyone owns. It shows up in every single charity bundle. Okay, so I don't know this game. Receiver 1 I got for free with Overgrowth. This game is a weirdo game. It's got really chunky gun mechanics. You will not find another game that goes as in-depth as Receiver for gun mechanics. Other than Receiver 2, of course. It pales... Receiver now pales in comparison to Receiver 2. Receiver 2 is insane. Receiver 1 feels like a tech demo. But that doesn't stop it from being a... I feel like this is the best bad game on this list. Like, it does one thing insanely well, but everything else about it is, like, not that good. I'm gonna put it in the very top of D tier. I think this game is good, but I don't think it's a good roguelike. So that's what we're gonna do there. What's the most rogue game you've played closest to Rogue? I don't know. Probably Dungeons of Dreadmore, Kopi. That reminds me, I need to try Caves of Cud. Every time I see someone play it on Noita Discord, it looks so interesting. Yeah, I gotta give it a try too. How you doing, Violet? Welcome on in. You mirrored incorrectly. I don't know what that is. I don't know what this is. I know what this is, but I'm gonna put that in not a roguelike, because it doesn't feel like a roguelike to me. I've never played NetHack. I gotta do that at some point. Streets of Rogue. I've played Streets of Rogue with Solar a little bit, and I played it on my own a little bit. It's funny as a multiplayer game, and it's funny as a single-player game, but I feel like I just didn't really get that into it. I think this is a good game, but I didn't like it that much. I'm gonna put it below Dead Cells and above Moonlighter. I think it's a good game, but it's just it's not quite for me. Let's put Barony there. Let's talk about Vagante really quick. Vagante is one of the few roguelikes where I kind of like had a stint where I got into it. This game is like Spelunky, but it's an RPG, and it's got spectacular graphics. It's got really tight controls. It's got little secrets and interactions, but nothing too stupid. And it's got builds as well. It's got like a lot of really cool things going on with it. I like Vagante a lot. I'm gonna put it... I top of A tier. I think it's top of A tier. I think it's really good. Let's take a little moment to catch up here in chat. There's things happening. Play NetHack and Noita. That's what I gotta do, for sure. Streets of Rogue doesn't really do anything new. It's all tried and true roguelite ideas put into one multiplayer game, for sure. Stay safe. I don't know. Hand of Fate 2, I don't know. Gunfire Reborn. Let's talk about Gunfire Reborn for a moment. This game is like I feel like this is a good game. Did you hear Chase goes bald soon? Like he's balding hard? Or like he's shaving his head? Because I'm planning on getting a haircut too. I hear there's going to be a new bald Noita streamer soon. Wow. How you doing, Huhabab? Like in a day or two? Know a lot of people who got addicted to it, but it wasn't really for me. Yeah, so this game directly compares to Risk of Rain 2 for me. This has, like, heavy light elements, and it's really freaking annoying. I don't like it at all. The art style is fine for me. The builds are where things get real. I like the builds a lot in this game. It's a good multiplayer game, too. I feel like it's got better multiplayer than Risk of Rain 2. I think this is a good game that is specifically for the grinders out there. This is like if a roguelike was designed to be like an MMO grind, this is what it would be. And I'm gonna put it above. No, I'm gonna put it below Don't Starve. I know Don't Starve is better than Gunfire Reborn. It has to be this way. I like Gunfire Reborn more, like as a player, than Don't Starve and Spelunky. Well, I don't know. It's a toss-up for Spelunky, but I know that Don't Starve is a better game, so I'm gonna put it above there. And maybe that's hypocritical to my own tier list. Downwell A tier. Downwell deserves A tier for sure. Is Don't Starve a roguelike? I mean, I'd be willing to put it not a roguelike as well. It maybe is a little too long to be a roguelike. You might be right. Never played Neo. This is Exit the Gungeon, and this is Enter the Gungeon. Let's talk about Enter the Gungeon. People are gonna be mad about this one. Enter the Gungeon is not for me. Like, I just don't enjoy the pacing of it. I feel like... I don't know. It's just like pure execution based for the most part, which is fine. But I prefer my roguelikes to have more, like, you know, weird shit going on. And I know there's, like, weird combos and stuff, and, like, there's all sorts of different pathways, and I don't know. I just kept bouncing off this game every time. So, I know Gungeon is a good game, but I'm gonna put it in, like, the bottom of B tier. It's just not for me. And Exit the Gungeon, I've watched Exit the Gungeon. I hate this game. I hate Exit the Gungeon. So, I am going to count games that I've watched. What are you sharing there? Exit the Gungeon is a mobile game. Yeah, that's why it's going in F tier. Oh my god. Wait, did Dunk do something that's making him get shaved bald? That's something. Okay. Let's talk about, Dungeon of the Endless. I feel like this is a game that's flown under a lot of people's radar. This game has an extremely unique format in that it is like an inverse tower defense game where you, like, go outward into the level and make the tower defense part of the game harder and harder. Which I think is really, really cool. I like it a lot. This is a really good game, and I had a really good time with it when I played it. It's good multiplayer, it's good single player, and yeah, I love me good tactics, a good tactics roguelike. I'm gonna put it top of A tier. Is Realm of the Mad God a roguelike? Is Realm of the Mad God a roguelike? I'm gonna say it's not. It's an MMO. It's an MMO first. Yeah, no, I think that's an MMO. He's scared to actually shave it off and let it grow back, so he's bald capping it for a month? Wow. He thinks he's gonna go bald for real? I haven't played Prey. I've seen enough Skull to make an opinion on that, but I won't yet. Realm of the... so let's do Dead Gods. This is a game that I've watched Wito play a lot. I've never played it myself. Really cool art style. A little bit slow-paced. I guess this game is most comparable to, like, Hades. I think if in a toss-up between Hades and Dead God, I would play this more likely. I think it's fine. I'm gonna give it, like, a middling C tier. That seems fair to me. This is a really interesting roguelike that came out somewhat recently. I don't remember what the name of it is, but I remember by the picture. Basically, the idea behind this one is that everybody is going into a dungeon, and it's like parkour shit. It's crazy. It's super crazy. Is this the one that I'm thinking of? Other Side isn't a roguelike. Is it though? I don't know. I watched Luthamir play this game, and it looked really cool, but it didn't give me roguelike vibes at all. There are games where you die and restart, and it's not a roguelike, you know? You haven't played Barony? I hate that game because I die constantly in it. Yeah, I haven't played Barony. Why is Jupiter Hell not on the list? I just grabbed a random list, Sokolis. There are quite a few roguelikes that I've played that are not on this list. And that's just a thing. Also, Nuzlocke is not a roguelike. Alright, let's see here. Bruh. Eldritch is a game I played like once. I'm gonna give it D tier because I think it's fine, but I didn't like it that much. I never played this. I never played this. I've watched enough Returnal to know that I wouldn't like it. I'm giving it D tier. Should I give it C tier because I know it's good? I'm gonna say haven't played. I've watched enough to know I wouldn't like it, but I don't think it would be fair to... Is real life a roguelike? Only if we get to restart after we die. It's not your games tier list? No. Goner isn't on there? Yeah, there's a couple games. If I've run several more iterations, the results were even worse. I'll try something else, full waiting for version 2 pack from you. Okay. Yeah, I'll see what I can do out. Is mayonnaise a roguelike? No. Let's see. Atomic Crops I've never played. Dicey Dungeons I've watched a lot of. I like Dicey Dungeons. I think Dicey Dungeons is cool. I don't think there's like a ton of replayability here, but I think you get 60 hours of really high tier gameplay. So I'm gonna put it in like middle B. I think it's good. I think it's pretty good. Crypt of the Necrodancer is a hard as fuck game, and I'm permanently impressed by anyone who can play it. I think this game is too hard, personally, but maybe that's because I have no sense of rhythm. I love watching Necrodancer, though. Watching, like, Elad and Tic-Tac-Toe host the races between speedrunners is so much fun. I'm putting it at very top of B tier. I like it a lot. And I'll put Cadence right next to it. Actually, no, I haven't seen any of Cadence, so I'm not even gonna put it on the list. I don't know. Crypt of the Necrodancer is probably true rogue like, and that's funny to me. Yeah, it's one of the few. Sheba thought he had no sense of rhythm too, but he got good eventually. Yeah, it's a thing. Crypt of the Necrodancer is so good, love the music, but I also have zero rhythm. So you play Bard exclusively for years until they put in an update and made it so you can toggle the beat on any character. That's interesting there, Kopi. Yeah, maybe I should play Bard until I like learn all the ways to fight people. Nova Drift is dank. Nova Drift is one of the games where when I started playing it, it became my special interest. I played this game way too much. This is S tier. This is actual S tier. One of the best roguelikes of all time. It's really, really, really good. I love the scoreboard. I love the builds. Amazing game. One of my favorites, for sure. Let's talk about Necropolis. Basically, like, 2 people are gonna know this lore. But years before I ever, like, became a full-time streamer, one of the first games the very first game I ever speedran was Necropolis. It's a shitty roguelike Souls-like, and it upsets me to no end what they did to it. They patched out all the speed tech and then left it unfinished. This game cost $40, and I had a great time multiplayer with it. This game is a disaster. And a part of me still, like, deep down cares about it. It's a sad story, and I really do like this game a lot. But I'll put it at the top of F tier because I know that it is shit. I am certain that it is shit. I like it enough where I'd be more likely to play it than... No, I'd be more likely to play any of these games than Necropolis at this point. This game is a disaster. S tier. No, it's too bad. It's way too bad. Never played RoboQuest, never played Crown Makers, never played whatever the fuck this is, never played that, never played this. Ziggurat 2, I haven't seen or played. Kingsway, never seen or played. Luck Be a Landlord, I hate Luck Be a Landlord. This is, I don't care. I extremely don't care. I hate it even more. Like, God damn it. I just don't care about slots. The thing for me about slots is, like, when I played Pokemon, and I'd sit there trying to grind coins, that shit took all my interest in gambling and threw it away. Enter the Gungeon is F tier. No, that's Exit the Gungeon is F tier. Enter the Gungeon is B tier. Two different games. Exit the Gungeon is a phone game. Enter the Gungeon is an actual game. And that's not to say that all phone games are bad. I'm just not interested in that one. Yeah. Let's talk about Darkest Dungeon. I've got a very storied past with Darkest Dungeon. But as I developed as a gamer, I realized more and more that I just hate, like, perma-losing characters and not, like, losing the run. There's something about Darkest Dungeon that's painful. It's painful to play. I know it's a good game, but it's not for me. I'm gonna put it in C tier for that reason. I know it's a good game, but it's not for me. And speaking of good games that are not for me, let's talk about Hades, many people's S tier. I just have zero interest in this game. I just don't care. I really don't. I'm putting it in C tier. I've watched a lot of this game. Very much don't care. I'll put it there. Not even gonna put any thought into where in C tier it belongs. Bad list unsubscribed. I knew there would be people that would get mad about my Hades placement. But this is my list, okay? I'm not saying that this is a completely subjective list. Never played this. Never played this. Never played Rogue Legacy 2. I've watched enough Rogue Legacy 2 to put it in, like, C tier. It's okay. It's fine. Never played Everspace. I played Legend of Dungeon. This game is funny. I think it's okay. I'm gonna put it top of D tier. It's like, it could go into C tier, but I'm putting it in top of D tier, because it doesn't really have that much going on in it, to be honest. I hated Bumbo. I don't like Bumbo at all. I'm giving it bottom of D tier. And Loop Hero. Loop Hero is fun. It has incredible art and like it's got visual and audio style just oozing. I never finished it though. Where's Dota 2? Dude, I wish Dota 2 Roguelike was on this mode, because I would rate that in like A tier. I actually love Dota 2 Roguelike. It's funny as hell. Great idle game. I think Loop Hero's good. I like Loop Hero enough to put it like here. This is one of the most likely games on this list that I'd be willing to go back and play more of. I don't know what Brogue is. Where's Noita? It's right there. I'm rating Noita later. D-Spot's Gambit. Or sorry, D-Spot's Game. D-Spot's Game is it's really cool because it like quells my competitive desire by putting me up against other players at the end of the run. This is just like a sick auto battler. I like D-Spot's Game a lot. I'm putting it like right here. I think D-Spot's Game is super fun. I've never played Demon Tower. I never played Redneck. I never played Wagon Adventure. I never played Adam. Never played Dwarf Fortress. This is Binding of Isaac. Is this Flash Isaac? This one's Flash Isaac. Flash Isaac, I've watched and played a billion hours of. This is one of the few roguelikes that I played so much that it's going down because of how much I've seen it. It would probably go in A tier normally, but I'm putting it in top of B tier because I've experienced too much Isaac. So yeah, that's going there. Void Bastards I've seen a bit of, but not enough to make an opinion. Let's go ahead and throw a couple more of those in there. Receiver 2. This game is, once again, like, insane, chunky mechanics. The movement is wild. I feel like the potential for this game is absurd. But there's something extremely sterile about it that I think makes it lose a little bit. I think that that's an intentional style, but... I don't know. I like this game, but I have a hard time playing it. I'm gonna put it in top of C tier, because I get the same feeling with Dead Cells. You're sad that you haven't played Atomic Crops. That is one of your favorite games. Definitely not for everyone, but I personally love it. It's one of those things. There's just so many games to play, you know? There's so many games to play. Whoops. Oh, wait, wow, we're going. World of Horror is not a roguelike in my eyes. It's like an adventure book. Maybe I'm wrong. Muck was really fun for 1 week. Muck is a great multiplayer roguelike. World of Horror is randomly generated. Okay. Well, in that case, we'll give it. I've seen a lot of World of Horror, and it seems really, really cool. It's very out there. Because it's so unique, I'm gonna put it in B tier. Muck is a funny game. Muck is your favorite shitpost. Muck is just a funny time. This game should be bad, but it's not. I'm giving it like a top of C tier. I think it's good. Not because the game, but because I find the developer so annoying it bleeds through to the game. I don't know anything about the developer. Maybe my tier placement would go down if I knew more about the developer. Octageddon I've never played. Monster Train. I am a bit of a card game aficionado. Monster Train, to me, is worse Slay the Spire. It's got some cool stuff going on, but it's also got some annoying stuff going on. I'll give it a B tier above Gungeon, because this is a game that I'd actually go back and play some more. I don't know what Cogmine is. Risk of Rain 2 is one of my most played roguelikes of all time. It's a banger. It's even better than Nova Drift. I love this game, and yeah, it's just fucking good. It's really, really good. It has shortcomings with its multiplayer, but I play it mostly as a single-player game, so that doesn't really affect me. Good game. Very, very good game. Slay the Spire. Let's do another good one. Slay the Spire is... It's also S tier. Banger fucking game. Absolutely absurdly good. I'll put it above Nova Drift. I don't have as much time in Slay the Spire as many people, but I've got pretty good watch time as well as play time. I like this game a lot. I think that you can do a lot of really fun builds. The one weakness I will say that Slay the Spire has is that what's the Ascension mode? Ascension mode just makes the game less fun, which is kind of weird. Like it just removes builds from the game until there's only like basically it takes it where it's like, oh, every single card is good and viable, and now once you get to like Ascension 20, it's like, oh, there's like 4 decks you should be running on any given character, maybe. Slay the Spire is on its way to invent a genre. Yeah, it basically did. The PvE card games are dank. I love them. They're really, really fun. Because the biggest problem with card games, in my opinion, is that your opponent doesn't want you to have fun. At least if you're doing PvE, your opponent, like, the developers want you to have fun. You know? It's one of those. Maybe that's just my fault, because that's how I've always played card games, is to, like, just completely destroy my opponent. But, yeah, I've never played Bad North. I've never played Uplink. I know a bit about Duskers, but not enough to make a call on it. I don't know about Galaxy or Galaxy 2. Yeah, no, for sure they're of Asia. Dungreed. Dungreed's kind of cool. Dungreed's interesting because it's one of those foreign roguelites, roguelikes. I guess it is a light technically, but whatever. We're counting both of them. Dungreed is sick. Dungreed's got great movement. It's got like really fantastic build diversity, and it's got like hard mode bosses. It's just like a really well-made, sturdy game. I think that this goes like right about here for me. Dungreed is definitely high on the list of games here that I'd be willing to play again. Very good game. Tribes I've never played. Oh wait, did I play Tribes of Midgard? Hang on. I think I did play Tribes of Midgard. Let's look at my Steam here. Tribes of Midgard 2021. I did play this game. I played this game. It's a multiplayer, like, Valhalla tower defense game. It's weird and not that good. It's like, it's okay. I'll give it like a D tier above Bumbo and Eldritch. And you know what? No, it's going like high D. I think this is like the cutoff point where like these games, I'd probably play these again. Here's a Hammerwatch is another grind fest roguelite. This game is really fun with friends if you play with them the whole way through. If you ever stop playing with your friends and they keep playing, they're gonna be gods and you're gonna be lame. This game is jank as fuck. If you have like 3,000 hours to sink into something that's not that fun, then go for it. But otherwise, like, just why bother? This is very much similar to Gunfire Reborn in some ways. I think that this game is really fun for a specific type of person, but it's not fun for me. I'm gonna give it like a middle D. Capes of Cud, I haven't seen enough. I know this game is crazy, but I haven't seen enough of it. Crawl is a really funny game where it's like PvP. Am I thinking of the right game? Where this is like a PvP game where you've got some friends that are trying to kill you as you go through the dungeon. That's what Crawl is, right? Yeah. This game's really cool and innovative, and I wish that they did like random online with this. I think that would be a really good concept if they do. I'm gonna put it here. That seems like a fair place for it. Lower C tier. Yeah, I think that's a cool game. That's a really cool idea. Golden Light, I haven't played. Rogue Legacy 1 is an old as fuck game. I don't necessarily like the way it feels in any way. I think this is one of the original roguelites, where it really started to have it where you're like iterating on power-ups. This is the first one that I got introduced to, where you weren't supposed to be able to beat the game until you level up. I don't like that kind of roguelite where you have to level up to beat the game. There's some nostalgia for this game, but it's very minimal. I'm gonna put it like here, and it's above Bumbo. Bumbo's going down a tier. Fuck that game. Let's see here. Skull, I've seen a lot of gameplay. I haven't played it myself. It looks like a sturdy roguelike. I'm gonna give it a C tier. It doesn't do anything too cool in my eyes, but it's cool. It's fine. It's you know, you got your spells and your basic attacks and some bosses and whatever. It's something. Just throwing a couple more into there while we're at it. Neon Chrome, Hi-Fi Jump, whatever the fuck that is. Dead Estate. All right, we're starting to come down to Undermine. Undermine's great. Undermine's really good. I'll give it a... Oh man, it might even be A tier. Undermine's good. I like Undermine a lot. I haven't played it a lot, but I like this game. It's fun. For the King. This is a long-ass roguelike. It's a very interesting multiplayer game. It's like a D&D tile-based campaign. This game is sick as fuck. There's not too much, like, build diversity, but, like, it feels like you have to be really tight with your gameplay to do well in this game. I don't think I've ever beaten this game a single time, but, like, art style is great. The whole vibe is really fun. It's super slow, and I think that's one of the few things keeping it out of S tier, but I think it belongs in A tier. And because of the multiplayer nature of it, I'm even going to put it, like, high A, like that. Never played Cultist Simulator. I don't know enough about Some of the Skies. I don't know about Circadian Dice. I don't even know what the fuck this or this is. I don't know what that is. Hero Siege. Oh my god. Hero Siege is ass. But, hear me out. It's also, like, got some serious nostalgia for me. This game is weird. Like, it's... I don't know. There's something about it. It's like if Heroes of Hammerwatch was done right, you'd get Hero Siege. This is a freaking weirdo game. It's bad and good. I'm gonna give it like a C tier, and I'm gonna put it right here. Jerk says, I'm trying to hot glue some broken hashtag D printed cards for my Quest 2 something snapped. Oh no, Jerk. Rip. Hero Siege was not a whole lot of fun for me either. I feel like I had one really good burst of fun with like a chainsaw character, and then I never had any more fun after that. Yeah, here, let's see what my playtime is in Hero Siege. Hero Siege. I have 4 hours in it. From 2017. But, like, I have fond memories in those 4 hours. You know? I remember liking it just enough to play 4 hours, and then I'm like, okay, I'm done. I get it. I imagine I would probably rate it a lot lower if I played it more. But I think I realized early on it's one of those games where you want to just play it forever, if you want to play it at all. BPM, I have not played, but I've watched a lot of it from Elad and Tic Tac Foe doing pentathlons. I think this game is sick as fuck. I love watching this game. I'm gonna put it above Isaac, because I like watching it that much. I think this is a really, really stylish game. It's very satisfying. Neon Abyss. This game was just so uninteresting to me when I first saw it. I think I've warmed up to it a little bit more now, but I still don't care. I still don't care. I'll give it a D tier, but I don't hate it. I don't like it, but I don't care. That's where we're gonna put that. Synthetic. Let's talk about Synthetic. This is a fuck... Like, so if you don't like Gungeon for the pacing, and you like Nuclear Throne for the pacing, Synthetic is, like, better than both of those, because, like, it's got the chunky gameplay of, like, Receiver and Receiver 2. It's got this really, really immaculate art style. Every single thing about it, even the screen shake is unique. It's really, really well done. This is an amazing game. I think it belongs in S tier. I haven't played a ton of this game, but, like, I like this one a lot. Very fun game. I don't think Otso is on this list. I just grabbed a random roguelike tier list this morning, Rental, and we're just going with it. I don't remember this game. Does anybody know what this game is? This one down here? I don't know what this one is here. I feel like I've played this game, but I don't remember it very well. Into the Breach. I feel like a lot of people like this game, but for me, I'd rather just go, like, play Fire Emblem, you know? This is... I don't know. This game, I think this game is good, but it's not for me. And I think the highest it can get is C tier for that. Mechabellum got chosen in the poll with 7 votes there. So that's what we'll be playing. Noita had 5 votes. We'll continue Noita on Monday. That'll be a thing. Yeah, so I'll put Into the Breach just under Dead Cells. I think I could see myself playing this game if I played it some more. Dead Cells in C. Listen, there's a whole explanation. There's a whole explanation for it. It's only in C tier because I don't think it's a good game, but it's not a good roguelike. That's why it's in C tier. It has unique reasoning compared to a lot of the games on this list. Horatio redeemed something really good. What do you have in mind there, Horatio? It's what I compare every other roguelike to. That's fair. Metallica's Enter Sandman. Can you link it to me after we're done the tier list? Alright. I don't know what this is. I don't know what this is. I know almost all these games. Going Under seemed really cute and fun, but it seemed short. I'm gonna give it like a C tier. I never played this one myself, but I watched a lot of it. I like the art style a lot. You know what? It belongs above Hades. I'm dropping Hades, by the way. I'm very don't care about Hades. I think that game's cool. I'm wondering if Noita comes before or after Roar 2. Yeah, we'll see. I'm not entirely certain myself. Heavy Bullets. This was a fun game for me. I liked Heavy Bullets a lot. But it was really just like a one-time win sort of game for me. I think it's good, but it's a C tier again. This game has really cool style. It's got a unique it's got a unique play. What do you call it? It has like a unique loop. It's fun. Isaac made it to B tier purely out of nostalgia. It's literally like my first roguelike. It's I've watched and played thousands. I've watched thousands of hours. I've played like hundreds, maybe. I don't know. I don't know how much I've actually played. It's hard to remember. But yeah, it's up there. I think it belongs there. Wizard of Legend looks cool, but is probably not for me because I can't help myself from doing the same thing every time if you're only giving me the same options. I think it suffers from the same problem as Dead Cells, where you can just get the exact same build every time if you want. And for that reason, I'm gonna put it in C tier, like here. That seems fair. Let's see. Monolith is really cool. This is Isaac, but you're a little ship. The style on this game's really cool. This is just a fun game. This is a fun bullet hell. I like it pretty well. I like it more than I like Gungeon, so I'll put it right there. That seems good. Inscription. So many people love this game. And I definitely had an experience with this game that changed my perception of games. But not for the better. I learned that I don't like story games when I played this game. I got trapped in the freaking first act because I wouldn't lose. I just couldn't lose until I actively made myself lose. You have to die multiple times in order to progress, which is stupid. It's fucking dumb. It's bad design. I think that this is not for me. This is very much not for me. I'm putting it in F tier, but it's still not as bad as Bumbo. You know what? Bumbo's going down a little bit. And Necropolis should go up. I like Necropolis. Necropolis goes up to D, even if it's a shit game. Yeah, people are gonna hate. People are gonna hate my inscription placement, but I don't like this game. I like the art style. I like the cards. I like the concept. The execution is not good. I literally become... Like, I just became a god, you know? It was dumb. Like, Ouroboros literally just nullifies the entire game on your first run. Hello? It doesn't make sense. Spelunky 2, I like a lot. I like Spelunky 2 quite a bit. I'll put it in top of B tier. I like it more than Spelunky 1. I don't think it deserves A tier for me. I think this could be an S tier for some people, but this is my list, so shut up. But I like it. This is a well-liked game. And I could see myself liking it more. Alias is gonna get banned from the entire internet. Oh god. Tempted to post the whole Oba Bobos past it. Oh my god. It's a story game first and foremost. I don't think Inscription is a roguelike. If you want to take Inscription off of roguelikes, I'm okay with that too. Why is there no E tier? Do you really want me to, like, redo the entire list because there was no E tier on here? I didn't make this tier list, okay? It was pre-made like this. I don't know what this is. And FTL is definitely... I love watching this game, and I love playing this game. This game is insane. I'm bad. I'm really bad. I think that this is... I keep coming back to this game. Time and time again. I think that that's like a middle S for me. Very good game. Sunless Sea, I watched a little bit of, but not enough to make an opinion. Other Side, I've watched a fair bit of, and I'm willing to give that a C tier. Maybe there. Alright. Isaac. This is the new Isaac. This game's wild. I played... Isaac 2, for me, is kind of like all the subsequent Dark Souls after Dark Souls 2. Dark Souls 1 and 2, I had an insanely good time. After that, I just stopped liking Souls-likes as much, because they were all not as good. It's like, I was too Isaac'd up, you know? I think that this is a better game than Isaac 1, but I didn't play it. I'm just gonna put it right here. It's more of a remake. You didn't like Elden Ring? I liked Elden Ring, but it was worse than Dark Souls 1 for me. For sure. I think I enjoyed Dark Souls 1 more. By a lot. You can feel a based take coming. you thought listen, if I were going based off my experience alone, this would probably go into like D tier because unlocks take way too long. But I know that people really like this game. You know what? Maybe it should just go into D tier. I don't like how long unlocks take in this game. It's annoying. I don't know. I don't know if it belongs here. I feel like this game came out too late. Who actually... I'm gonna put it in C tier. You're right, I should be a little bit harder on it. This game gets carried by nostalgia. The game has too much content. Yes. It's got too much content for too little for like such a shallow gameplay loop. You're right. What is the last S tier game? Can't read the title. That's Synthetic. Rebirth isn't even a roguelike. What do you mean? Is that the base take you wanted, Asthmatic? Okay. That's exactly what he wanted. Okay. Let's see here. I don't remember this game at all. I played it, but I don't remember it. I'm just gonna put it as haven't played. Griftlands. This game, I've seen like a Northernlion ad for this game a million times. It's a roguelike card game where there's combat and talking is part of the roguelike. I don't care. I extra don't care for this one. It is a Slay the Spire clone, but I don't like the way they did it. I'm just completely uninterested. Snake RX. I had fun with this game for how many hours? I definitely had fun with this game. Snake RX, I played... I got 49 minutes. I got 49 minutes of gameplay out of this game. I like won immediately and then got bored. There's just not very much game here. I'm putting it right here. I don't know. I just... I get it. I played it and I got it and I'm like, okay, whatever. I'm done. It's not the lack of graphics that made me not like this game. It was a fun 49 minutes. It was, but like, there just wasn't anything more there after that for me. I don't know where that goes. Actually, this game, hang on. If this is the game that I think it is, this is like a multiplayer roguelike. Everybody has to beat a dungeon, and if you die in the dungeon, you're out. And the first person to beat the dungeon gets the treasure. And so it's like a speedrunning parkour game. I love parkour. I love speedrunning. I like roguelikes. I like competing in multiplayer. This is a really cool concept that dies instantly as soon as it loses its player base. This is just... It's cool. I love the concept, and I wish it did better for itself, but I'm putting it in, like, middle C tier. I really like the concept for this game. Undermine above Gungeon, unfollowed, unsubscribed. I don't like the pacing in Gungeon, okay? That's me. I like... If I were gonna play Gungeon, I'd play Synthetic. And if I were, like... You know, or if I were going to play Gungeon, I'd play Nuclear Throne. And if I'm going to play Nuclear Throne, I might as well play Gungeon, or the Synthetic, you know? Foxbit says it's so sad it died as fast as it did. It did so many new and exciting things. I think it needed some sort of asynchronous multiplayer along with it, Foxbit. But yeah, it's a great concept for a game, and it is really sad that it died as fast as it did. I don't know what it needed to do to stay more alive, but really cool concept for a game. And like, lots of the stuff was really cool. Ring of Pain, I've watched a fair bit of. It's a really cool looking card game that I haven't had the chance to play. I've had it downloaded for ages. It looks sick, and it looks like it plays well. So I'm gonna put it like right here. And then we've got Noita. This game has it's more than a game to me. It's a community. It's you know, it's my job. It's my livelihood. And it's sometimes, every now and then, it feels like a prison as well. I really, really like this game. I wouldn't still be playing it if I didn't. I think that this game defined video games to me entirely. Yeah, I've never played it. No, I'm just kidding. that'd be so bull. Yeah, just never played it. Too hard, F tier. Yeah, no, this isn't a roguelike. It's a lifestyle. Yeah, I mean, Noita is definitely a roguelike. Lacks depth. I don't know about that. If this game didn't have all the problems that it had, I feel like I'd put it in a different tier. Like, this game would probably be 2 tiers above all these other ones. If it didn't have, like, if I didn't have, like, a sound problem every time I like, turned on my video game. If I didn't have to wait, like, like, maybe, like, 30 or 40 seconds to click new game. If it didn't have, like, weird, dumb shit breaking it, I would probably put it 2 tiers above. But That said, the weird dumb shit that breaks it is exactly why this is the best game on this entire list. This game is the only game that is brave enough to let you crash it with, like, 3 spells. It's crazy. Oh, how you doing, Noise? Welcome on in. I'm sorry Crab Champions didn't make it onto this list, by the way. I just grabbed a random one. But if it makes you feel any better, I'd probably have Crab Champions, like, right around here right now. I'm working on all my diamonds right now. But yeah, this is the list. This is the list that I've come up with. There's a couple games on here that or a couple games not on here that I wish I had on here. But you know, I feel like it's a good tier list. It's not bad. Capture high def screenshot for people. Yeah, let me grab that one. Yeah, with the C. I played the game way too much. It's one of those things. Here, we'll grab this. Yeah, there's definitely some serious problems with Noita. You're not wrong there, Avasia. But I think, like, that gets outweighed by the sheer insane amount of, like, gaming that I've got done, you know? One of those things. Man. Okay. Can you save chat command tier list or something like that? If you guys want to, like, see the tier list whenever, yeah, we could do that. Title the video, Noita Addict makes a tier list. You won't believe what he puts first. Listen, if I had just gotten done playing Noita, it might have gone into, like, A tier instead of S tier, I'll be honest. It's one of those things where when I'm not playing Noita, all I think about is Noita. And when I'm playing Noita, all I think about is playing other games. It's weird. But yeah, I hope everybody enjoyed this tier list. And I guess, you know, say hi to YouTube chat or something. I don't know. I don't have YouTube on screen, or the chat on screen. It's not a thing. Okay. Now we're gonna play some Mechabellum because that's what people voted for. What would you have rated Noita on after the first day you played the game? I would have rated Noita in like a probably B tier because I would have seen potential, but I wouldn't have cracked it yet. Like, as soon as I started playing Noita, I knew there was something different about it. But, I think I picked up a horizontal nuke. It was a horizontal path nuke on the first floor, and it opened up my right, like, wall, and I was able to go through the mountain. And when I realized that it was actually an open world and not just, like, a thing... It's just crazy. It's so weird. But yeah, I think that's a bit of a thing. Noita being like an open world game is really unique. Okay, and that is my roguelike tier list. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope my opinions aren't too out there for you. And if you'd like to see me add to this list with more roguelikes that I have played, I've got quite a few that didn't make it onto this list, actually. So yeah. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next one. Also, if you'd like to see more tier lists in the future, let me know what you'd like to see them on. Alright, bye.